Yo, welcome to Wolves After Dark. I'm your host, Ashwin. Timberwolves defeat the Phoenix Suns 120-95. Brought to you by Michael Grady and Straight Cashed here. Everyone came ready with a week preparation, with a week off to just like rest, recover, get a game plan in, get a system implemented, refocus, re-energize the team. Boom, tested, proven that we can actually now take down um, the top-heavy Phoenix Suns, the 6 to 7 deep Phoenix Suns, the shooting only gets you so far, Phoenix Suns. Defense prevails, and I mean, yeah, maybe they scored 100. They scored less than 100, and that's a Phoenix team where the threes prevail. Like the mid range, where was that? Right, all game long, it was just a one man show from KD. And I'm talking too much about the Phoenix Suns, but it's like a testament to what we did all season long, where we just prepared for our matchup and we played strong, tall, and effective defensively and took them down. That first quarter, it wasn't a 20-point deficit. It was close. We took the lead. We built the lead, never squashed it, never relinquished it. And I was so impressed, so proud. Hats off to Chris Finch, the coaching staff, the team woke up, didn't take a nap, didn't hit snooze on their alarm, and took down Phoenix Suns, who all week long, where you were hearing even on this show by my co-host who's at the game, probably screaming at top of his lungs right now, Cameron. He expected Phoenix to really kind of come out of the gate swinging. I had different thoughts and opinions, and I think most of the media around the league, there was a couple other people that may have picked the Timberwolves due to size and depth and defense. But you're kidding yourself if you didn't see the majority of the media picking Phoenix. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm so confused that it's a toss-up." This might be the most enjoyable win I've seen from this squad, maybe all season. I know that's speaking hyperbole. Maybe all season though, because so much was riding on this game, right? Like, could we recover from the Sunday's loss, the Sunday matinee game? Could we instill an offensive scheme that embellishes our strengths and takes advantages of their matchups, of their defensive liabilities? Right? They're not a strong defensive team. They've amped up. They've ramped up. They're not a strong defensive team. And will we avoid getting into all the nuances of a game? The head game, the foul trouble, the stray voltage. I think we avoided that for 4 full fucking quarters of a playoff game. Wow. Squash that crap. The I all that crap, that like bad juju, the bad vibes coming into a playoff series where you're going to expect certain things. That did not happen. I'm so proud, so impressed by this Timberwolves squad. We'll get into comments in a second. I'm running solo with the one screen. I should have brought my second screen out. I'm an absolute idiot. I was just running around my home all game long. I was beside myself. I could not see I could not believe what I was seeing at times. The Nas Reid drive, the Gobert blocks, the Jaden blocked early. Jaden showed up, emerged, and we need him. We need all of these guys, because I don't think this team is going to relax and give in and throw in the towel. They're going to respond. And this game is only one game. We got to keep that same energy. We got to keep the same like momentum and build off of it, even because they're going to be threatening us minute 1 on game 2, right? With like 72 hours of preparation, they're going to respond. They saw a lot of holes in what they had to do and what we allowed them to do, and it wasn't enough for them, right? So props to Finch. I'm so proud. I'm so happy, so pumped. I'm glad that we got to see this too, because there's also a point of worry that I had with Finch, because all of the pregame, week let up interviews were kind of questioning my intuitions of like what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see the cat drives. I didn't want to see, flow offense. I wanted to see a lot of um, intentionality, and we got that. We were able to find Ant in rhythm, and I think he had that takeover period in the third that was just so outstanding. And that's because Phoenix broke down. All of their walls, all of their ability to um, find Ant and corral and contain Ant, that went through the window because their second half adjustments were the things that we were doing aren't working, and they switched it up. You saw a different matchup. You saw KD on Ant. You saw Grayson Allen on Cat. Or on you saw KD on Ant, and you saw Grayson Allen on Cat. Things that like that happened, and I was also worried about the utilization of our bench uh, to perfection. Oh my god, it was amazing seeing how their energy sparked the second quarter, where we built a lead and we kept it. I think we won the quarter by 10 or so points or something, which is irrelevant, but it's like, we weren't in a deficit, so we built on our lead, and it just what a yin and yang, what a night and day type of energy, right? You're down 20, you're trying to hustle back into the game. You're down 20, you're trying to like avoid pointing fingers, and the vibes could completely unravel. They were down 20 and they're pointing fingers and they're unraveling, and they threw in the towel. They probably could have kept going with their unit, but they threw in the towel earlier than I thought. Hey, because I don't have Cam here, I'm going to be trying to do this with you guys. I'm probably 20 minutes too late with some of the comments. Can't appreciate you guys more enough. Thank you so much for your support. Like, share, subscribe. I don't know what people do on these things. I'm terrible at it. Cam's amazing at it, but I just appreciate all of you. I'm on such a high right now, and I want you on that ride with me, because I do think you, the collective you, us, the Timberwolves fans, and also just NBA casuals, like, jump on the bandwagon, because I think the Timberwolves team, this is going to be the best series of the first round. Maybe the Mavs, Clippers. I'm super biased, of course. The Mavs, Clippers, and maybe this like New York's Philly series that's going on, that's kicking off right now. Those are going to be like fantastic fucking series. But like, so super biased. Like, this is going to be a lot of like, now we did this, now can you respond? This also has a chance to completely unravel in one team's favor, and Phoenix might not have a whole lot to respond with, because that's what I was kind of saying in the pregame or the pre-series show that we did, is that this is all they really can do, right? They have to ride the hot hand or go with one person who's distributing enough. They can't bench Booker. They can't bench Beal. They can't go to like Bull. Sure, try. Like, we're fine with that, right? They can't do a whole lot of switching or adjustments. Unfortunately for them, maybe they lost Grayson Allen for the game, but maybe I don't think for the series. And we also lost someone too with Kyle Anderson. So, I mean, they got a whole lot to look at, and good film for us to move on and get motivated with from game 2. Let's go to the comments. Guys, I'm so behind. WAD squad members better show up today. I hope you guys, if you're in the show or even after the fact, if you guys were at the game, take photos, send them, join the Discord, hashtag the Discord. I don't know what do we say? Hashtag the Discord. Shout out the Discord. That's what we say. And post pictures of like what you guys all did. FJD showed some pictures of like what was going on. They even showed the intro, the super effing hype intro. That was so fun. Thank you so much for that. I'm a bum out here in Seattle. I can't participate with you guys the way that you guys are. I'll be able to even support the team locally in Brits Pub or something like that. I can't do that, but I hope you guys had a blast watching the show. Or watching the game. Oh my god, that was scary.
Oh my god, you put me right in. That's too much. Let's go Wolves! Look at me, I got the game.
Let's go, Cameron. You're at the Wolves shop?
I'm at the pro shop, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. Dude, how was it?
Incredible. Sorry to just jump in here, but this was, because you guys know I was kind of negative coming into this game. Like, I said we were going to lose 4-1 in the series, but it did come down to this game. This has changed my mind. I mean, the Suns can still shoot, but if we're going to play like this, I I think you and I need to start booking tickets for Minnesota in June, because this is
Let's make it happen.
championship. This is championship basketball.
You are so bipolar, man. I'm not shout out to shout out to you, man, for being at the game. This is such a turn of a mentality shift from you. You were like, we're sweeping, we're getting swept in 4. Woe as you can be, all can be. And I was trying to get you off that ledge, man. And here, you just needed to see it. You just needed to see it. You couldn't believe in it.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm not going to be here very long because we're going to go get in the car or whatever. But I just wanted to say, electric energy. I mean, this was like play-in plus vibes. I mean, this was insane. Just endless threes. The crowd's going crazy. The Nas Reid
chants.
Dude.
What about the KD overrated chant?
Dude, I hated that. What are we doing? Why are we doing this?
That almost bit us in the butt.
And it came out of nowhere. It's not like we have no history. It's just insane. Let's go, Wolves!
It's still going.
Yeah.
Like the beam, as they say in Target Center.
People are going crazy, man. This is like insane. This is a fantastic day, fantastic game.
Wow.
And that's all I really have. Look, Katie's in the chat.
Katie. He's like,
came right to YouTube. Anyways, just wanted to say, go Wolves. I got this hilarious chain.
That's pretty hilarious.
And I'm going to go enjoy the rest of the day. Dude. Go stream. Everybody like the stream. I will see you guys Tuesday. But Ashwin will be here for the rest of the day.
Dude.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Adios.
That was unplanned. Completely scared the shit out of me. That was fun. Cameron's amazing. I missed him already. Bring him back. What happened? A woo, somewhat solo. All of you guys. Tom Nash, we here. Daniel Barry Sports highlights. Yo. I hope you guys found a fun spot to watch this game with you and yours. Maybe with some like public, wherever you were. I hope it was a good time. It was such a good time here, man. Let's go Wolves. June, what's up? I hope you're getting your merch, or if not, already have. Tang, Ant, Cat, Walker all showed up. Man, that was. I wanted to take notes throughout the game, but I was just like in feelings, in my thoughts about like what I was watching. I don't want to miss an opportunity to talk about how well Cat played. I didn't see him a whole lot in that second half. I think he had that 4th foul, which was a super sus offensive foul on Cat against KD. I don't know what that was. I wouldn't say suspect officiating throughout the game, but it was like they were letting them play like Nurkic's elbows to Gobert, and Gobert, like, they were playing hard and physical, and I wanted more of that. I wanted the refs to be out of this game. Second quarter, something changed. A lot more calls, ticky-tack calls. We got on the bonus early. Maybe that favored us, honestly. But, yeah, Cat had a remarkable game. The key to the series was Cat. Unleashing Cat, maybe, but mostly not like unraveling Cat, right, to the world for yet another public shaming and display. It was remarkable to witness just cool, calm, and collected, efficient Zen Cat. For the most part, out of everything, with the exception of maybe a behind-the-back pass and that offensive foul that probably didn't matter, like in the grand scheme of things. I thought he played phenomenally, and I thought he played what the defense gave him, and he didn't do any sort of like extra, right? The drives, I tend to hate the drives, but the one drive he did do, a free lane to the basket. Gobert, they had that planned. Like Gobert had that like side screen, right? Like not screening the man that Cat was on, but guarding, like screening his own man, and that was a free lane to the basket. That's what I would like to see. I don't need to see like Cat like bull rushing like a running back that can't run through a bunch of dudes. That's gonna always end up hurting us. He completely eradicated that from this game, and I thought he played very well. I'm gushing over this performance. It might come out incoherently, but thank you guys for your patience with all this. I'm like 20 minutes behind some comments here. Game of the Ant Dynasty. Ant, I think through the first half, he was a little emotional. when we saw him like kind of peel out with 3 fouls, he was really irritated by getting pulled. But I think did what was asked of him to do early. Get rid of it early. Be a point of emphasis. But like for the defensive side of things, they were like not letting him try to get the ball. Like it was a lot of Conley, and when Conley was subbed out for NAW, it was a lot of NAW, right? And that was actually worked out in their favor. But in a lot of ways, Cat or Ant was like a second option in a weird way, and that completely flipped on in the second half or in the third quarter. He just took over. I think he also wanted to take over. I think he was just so pent up with the fact that the whistle wasn't going his way. He wasn't bitching at the refs tonight. That was another super key thing. Keep that calm energy, play hard, and not worry about too much of what you can't control. It's their whistle. They're calling it. You can't really help and change things. Even if you bitch and moan, they're not going to then change the call. Right? So like all that's like wasted energy, and he put all that energy into the game, and I thought that was just also just like might be tearflation, but it was just so fun to see him like rise above all expectations because people were just saying, "Oh, what does he do against Phoenix? He sucks against Phoenix." And in the early goings, Ant was like not struggling, but not like taking over the game as we have kind of come accustomed to. And you just watch, just wait, bide your time, wait till they're bursting with depletion of energy. I feel like KD. That was barely a sentence, by the way, but like KD had to do so much, almost like 1v5. Big Boy, shout out to Big Boy in the Discord. Um, he mentioned like KD was like 1 for 5 or 1v5ing us. Um, Part of that was game plan, right? Like we wanted him to kind of do it because we don't want the others to pop off. Because if Beal gets going, if Booker gets going, this team becomes so much more dynamic because at any given point, KD can take over, right? But Beal and Booker kind of have to get going all the time. They can't be just a flash in the pan. Um, I think truly because Booker even got super emotional, erratic, and took himself out of the game tonight by just being so embedded with the refs. And Beal kind of like got super cocky and got super humbled. I hope Phoenix fans and Phoenix the faithful are super humbled by this game because they got completely dumpstered. And it's a testament to our planning and our efforts and our what our preparation was throughout the season, but like this last week was super helpful for us, And I think while they are also probably equally as benefited from the time off, they're older. We have our youth in our prime, and like our youth is like exceeding expectations and like getting to their bright spots before their prime. It's like incredible. So yeah, let's keep going. LFG Wolves, Black Mamba, what the F did you witness? You witnessed it, man. We all did, man. It was incredible. We'll get into it. I feel like I'm having a hard time with like pronouncing and announcing stats while I'm also talking and reading chat. So bear with me on that. All 100 plus of you guys, it's amazing to see. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. That game is going to go down in the history books. I swear. I think we're going to look back at the season and just like we saw a lot of drama throughout the season. I saw absolutely like with the exception of a couple gaps in our lineup and a couple substitution mistakes or flaws, like or substitutions, I saw like no holes. We didn't give them anything easy. There might have been a couple putbacks. There might have been a couple rebounds that we could have had that they got. There might have been a couple, maybe fouls that went their way. That was like, we could have played them differently. But like this was such a different team than I saw for parts of the season where especially that towards the latter like 10, 12 games of the season, we were 10-5 or whatever it was, but we didn't look like a 10-5 team. Ant didn't look like, the Super Saiyan that we were kind of expecting him to be. And Cat's comeback was a little bit like a B level take, we weren't really expecting a whole lot, but we weren't getting much out of him in those last 2 games, right? So I was just floored with what I saw, top down. Even the Garza minutes, right? Incredible. Yeah, how about that, man? Like the white, what do they do? Like the whiteout, and they handed everyone the howl towels of like the yesteryear or from like the early days of Target Center or early days of the Timberwolves Nation, and howl towels, and what else do they do? They did it just seemed really cool to have that vibe because yeah, like every team does it, but like it just felt like in a matinee type of a game, um, it was just so loud and like potentially even like impactful against the Phoenix Suns. I thought that was great and it just looked awesome. Tycoon, dub, FK. Oh yeah, the Suns. They don't have enough gas to compete with the Wolves. I agree, man. And in a lot of ways, like they're gonna win a game or two here. I know. I'm expecting that, but like, and I wouldn't be like super surprised, but I'm becoming like completely surprised that I'm switching gears here and saying like I would be surprised if they actually turn around this series. Like they could tie it up. I wouldn't be super afraid by that. But if they like switched up and like we're up 2-1 or 3-1, I would be super surprised because um we've never lost three in a row, but we've never really like changed who we are. So no matter what, our shot wasn't going super early. We held up with them for like in the first quarter where no offense was really like taking over. It was just like 15-16 or like 21-23. No one was really exploding out, and our defense was prevailing. And then we got hot, and we just kept hot, and our 3-point shooting was going down, but our defense didn't let up. Like I feel like they have Nurkic and no one down in the paint, right? I feel like they have Katie and then no one at the 4 spot, and they have to rely super heavily on their guards, and it's just I could see this on repeat. I could see this game happening game 2 again. I'm just freaking pumped. Let's go, David J. Welcome everyone. 150 of you guys, incredible. Let's keep going. Bring the hype train here with us. Zach McCready, Mike missed every. We'll get in the tier list shortly, and I'll send you guys a link. We're going to do a live reaction to a tier list here momentarily. But yeah, Mike was interesting tonight. I think he still held his own, but I think he was asked to do a lot, and I think he might have been. Maybe he was playing too much. Like I was actually really surprised that I didn't see him a whole lot in the second quarter, and excited, honestly, in a weird way. And part of it just because he was 1 for 9, 1 for 10. I don't remember what his ultimate box score was, but like he was struggling from the field, and then also like coughing up the ball. Like I don't think that he played a great game. But anyways, guys, I should not be missing these remarkable supporters here. Eric, thank you so much. Crone, you guys are gods. It's just incredible. This stuff goes right back to you guys, as you know. But thank you so much for your support. Okay, Brewers, no Memphis letdown was great to see. That's what I was saying at the start of the show. I was worried that we were going to get some like pent up energy, pent up rage, and pent up emotion from certain players, and they would try to do too much. They let the game come to them naturally. They weren't too fast. They didn't overexert, and also like we didn't see a whole lot of like offbeat, type of plays. We didn't see a whole lot of ISO only plays, like bail me out type plays. We saw a lot of contained offense, and the right guy had the ball in their hands. Even fucking Rudy Gobert at one point played point there at the end and had that weird like spin shot with his offhand go in, and that bank shot. It's incredible, right? We had some luck go our way, but like to not be let down by this team was incredible to see. It can still change, right? Like we could not be shooting well. We could be down in a series, but I do feel, or in a game, but like I do feel strongly that this defensive identity is really going to prevail, or really going to push out, out of this series. I spoilers. I am very high on Cat's performance tonight, and so I'm not judging him based off of previous series, but there was a lot riding on tonight's game for him, right? He exceeded every single one of my bullet points, every one of my check boxes, every one of my wish lists from Cat. He completely crushed, and he wasn't even being talked about. Like everything was about Ant, everything was about our defense, and NAW came, and like just completely shut down any bench production from Gordon and others. Like he just was like, nah, that's not happening, right? We're gonna get into some stats here. I have a phone full of stats. I took a couple notes, but Some key things here. Look at this lead. We never let up. Like this built and built. These are the Garza time right here. 27-point lead. 59-34 rebounds. That was my one of my keys is play big, be big, get all the rebounds. If we let them have offensive rebounds, that's them having second chance points. That's them having extra possessions. We can't have that. That team's going to completely take us for a ride at that point. 26-16 assist to turnovers. That was another one of my keys. I mean, I guess we had 14 turnovers, but we didn't have the bellowing, like rate that we had in the first game or the previous game where the quarter was like 11 turnovers, 19 at the half, things like that. We played well in that regard. Oh yeah, maybe we shot better than I expected. 50% from the field. We get 90% free throws. That's awesome, right? Other key to the game, second chance points, 20-6. That's partially rebounding, but that's also like they're stopping because we're stopping possessions. They one and done. It looked like they were chucking at times. It looked like Booker was like trying to find his own shot in the game. We just cut it at the point of attack. Like we cut them either from shooting or after their shot. Like we let Royce O'Neal shoot sometimes. We just get the possession, kill it, and even go ahead and just like that springs fast break opportunities even, so that's incredible. And then points to the paint. Play big. That's my key to the fucking series is play big. They can't stop us. They have no size. We dominated the paint. It's awesome to see. All right. Okay. Let's see how I can do this. Here's a tier maker live. Here's the link. Everyone. Boom. I'm going to share it a couple times. Oh, whoops. That was me in. Wow, this is so hard to do, guys. Boom. On Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch. Wow, we have so many of you guys. 150. That's incredible. I think so, Gene. This was like almost 20 minutes ago. God, I might have to skip a bunch of you guys just to catch up with chat. This is one of the most important wins of this confidence for the series. Builds up momentum, builds up hype. I totally agree. Couldn't disagree. I mean, I couldn't agree more. Okay, hey guys, to some of you guys, it's new. I'm going to kind of share my screen and switch things up here. Oh my God. Present. Share screen. Oh. Okay. I sent the link and we have an hour to do it, but we're gonna, hopefully blow through some of that. Some of this pretty quickly. There's 13 of you guys already. You guys understand the drill. You understand what's going on here. This right here is a link. You don't have to sign up or anything to a tier list where we do this after every game. We rate based off of today's performance, but kind of like series performance now. And based off of what we saw, their scores, I'll read out some box score numbers, and this is what you'll be hitting. You'll be hitting these little colors that are associated with and are tracked by this tier list down here on the left. So A1, unforgettable game, Cash A, all the way to like D'Lo, Wancho, and Glenn Taylor at the bottom of the tier list. There might be a couple low ranking players, but there's going to be mostly reds and oranges today. Because this was incredible. I'm super vibing, and I am kind of like a, not a woe is me Timberwolves faithful, but I am I'm seeing the process kind of materialize, and I'm riding this high, and I'm super high on this game and this performance. What you can do is you have an hour to vote for every player, not per player. It's like the whole thing, the whole team. I think even Finch is there, and you can even hit skip. It doesn't matter. And what I will say, spoilers for some of you guys, this is what it will look like. Look at that, incredible. I'm not trying to look. Oh my God, you guys are incredible. You guys are completely tearflating the crap out of this list. But like we're gonna see like average rating versus like most votes, and it's gonna be really fun to see. I'm trying not to see what's happening down here below either, but like what we'll do by player as I read out box score stats and like kind of talk about their performance in a nutshell. I might kind of rush through a little bit of this, but what this does is allow you to dictate the results of the tier list. So sometimes we miss your actual commentary, and this has you have total influence on it, because I can't, I actually can't pick and drag and drop Ant here. I can't drag and drop him any tier. It's what I vote, and what you guys vote actually give us the final outcome. Cool. Xavier, everyone, welcome to the show. Anthony Hollis, salute to you. Sabrina, I know. You were right this whole time. James, welcome to the show, my friend. Gerald, best player in the series so far. I agree. Mark. Pat Pratt, welcome. This is dope. New subscriber alert. Oh, love it. All right, moving forward. I'm going to have to skip so many of these comments. This was 30 minutes ago, everyone. I'm so bad at this. Dude. How about the Ant takeover in the third, man? Katie, just my initials. That was still when fucking Cameron was here. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm skipping ahead. All the way to democracy and Jaden McDaniels GOAT. Yes. Welcome, my friend. I love your Twitter handle. I love what you post on Twitter, or on X, whatever the fuck. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, if you want to participate in the tier list, there was a link. I don't know how to pin. I don't know how to do any of that. Damn it, Cameron. I will send the link again to some of you guys who might have missed it. And then also I'll send it with my other account. Go to that link and pop off. Do you on the tier list? I hope I explained it enough. Let's get into the let's get into it. Sorry, guys. This is so hard with one monitor. I've said it already. I've said it enough. Refreshing pages to get my box score up. Dude. Grayson Allen, 4 points. Like, what? Nothing from their bench. Devin Booker, 18 points. Like, look at their shooting. It's just KD. Bradley Beal had an efficient game, and he only took 10 shots. Yeah. Like, Beal has been their difference maker in this last week, or 2 weeks of games. Like, we completely said, you're not getting any open look, so you have to do something else. You have to be involved in a different way. Plus, by the way, you have to defend on the other end. We're not letting you just scoff off on Conley or NAW or anyone. You have to actually, play through all that. And so I feel like, man, tired legs for sure. Someone said in commentary earlier. I totally agree. All right, cool. Ant, let's go. Usually we go with the kind of like bench scrubs and we work our way up to like the tier players, the top tier players. Ooh, Ant started out wild. It was a hard game for him to get involved in, and he had a couple of costly turnovers, but it didn't really impact the game too much because we just were clamping. We were clamp gods tonight, and the defense and intuitions were there. The acumen was there. The preparation, the practices, it was just like helped everyone get on the same page. I feel like so many times in the season, there's not enough time off. You have the time off. The most efficient time off is to recover, sleep, eat, and shoot, right? To get reps. Nothing helps you get your flow better than getting into a rhythm again. It's not like getting coached, right? It's not like running plays. It's preparing for your next matchup as a body, right? As a player, you might do some mental preparation by reading scouting reports or getting video evidence, and then maybe even kind of like zenning out, and like doing some therapy. But what I'm saying is, like, we have a week of preparation for one team, like all these guys who might just kind of be playing on instinct and like talent, and maybe some barking, by the Goberts, the Conleys, the Finches. Sometimes, like, they get instilled an actual plan, and they can execute that plan. Like, I think this really impacts players like Ant. I think so, truly. Where, like, he was asked to do a lot, but I think he did even more with less. He only took 24 shots. I was expecting him to be like a fire starter, like shooting 35 shots or something. He only took 24 shots, 4 for 8 from 3, 33 points, 6 assists, 9 rebounds. What? That's our all-star. That's our emerging, top 15 player of the NBA right now, potentially might be getting some like fifth team, or fifth in, MVP votes or top 10 in MVP votes. He might be first team, second team All NBA, probably second team, if not third team All NBA. Anthony Edwards, 6 turnovers though. That was the only thing that happened. That was the only blemish in our box score like readout, right? Is just 6 turnovers from one dude who had to have a unique take on this game where he had to kind of learn by playing through it, right? Executing through. And he had, maybe a softer whistle, or maybe he didn't get to the line at all. Oh my God, he only got 2 free throws. What the fuck is that? Booker gets 6. Grayson Allen gets 4. Anthony Edwards gets an awful whistle, the worst whistle in the league. And there's obvious bias there when saying that, but he perseveres through that. And I thought nothing affected him outside of getting into foul trouble in the first half. Nothing affected him. And I thought, like a goldfish, his turnovers didn't impact him at all. And I thought, I was just so impressed. And I didn't think he forced anything. He oftentimes found the right man. I can't believe there was an over-under for Anthony Edwards, the facilitator, at 6.5, and he got 6. That's so freaking funny. And I think so much of his success is also the ride of his teammates. If his teammates had get it going, his game is so much easier. And Cat had it going. Our others had it going. Jaden, while his shot was maybe not on, like the others were there. Nas Reid, Nickeil Alexander-Walker had it going early. And, even like Conley was willing to take those shots, right? Like, so it opened up the floor for Ant to drive, to get to the rim, to get his middies going, and ultimately what then allows him to shoot the 3. This is an A performance, if not cash performance. It could even be an A1, because I'm not going to like say I'm going to forget this game. Dude, I don't know. I think it's cashed A1. Why would I not do A1, guys? Oh my God. And I have to like find you guys right now. To find you guys. Where are you guys? There you are. There you are. I found a carrot. Oh man. And yeah, you're right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Charlie Barley. All his turnovers came early. 3 or 4 turnovers early. And yeah, like he held it in check. I think after that burst, there was just a couple, and then a couple of them were just like nothing turnovers, really. Cash for Ant because of the turnovers, but would be a one otherwise. Thank you, Eric. I'm kind of agreeing with you. It's A1. It's A1. Is it too late for me to suggest Ant's temporary nickname be the Eclipse? It's not too late. It's never too late for you. Okay. I'm gonna scroll up and see if there's anyone else who says something different. Oh, I love this comment. Charlie Barley's message to the team, or Charlie Barley's Ant's message to the Team USA is that he doesn't plan on riding the bench. Oh my God. Yes. I love that. That's amazing. We didn't have 2022 Edwards speed. We round up for wins. It's his shot making that he made him so good tonight. Man, yeah, there was some like spin moves that like are not shots that I would encourage him taking, but they bounced in. I think he was really feeling himself. Mark Davis was feeling himself too, about talking about fucking fries in a bag. Like, I wanted just the Grady Jim Pete commentary. I got a whole fucking lecture of Hubie Brown that really, really like hurt to watch and listen to. But anyways, okay, guys. I think when the offense was stalling, it had to go to him, and it wasn't stalling necessarily because of him, but he found his shots through adversity, through the dynamic shifts that like Phoenix was even giving him. I'm giving him an A1. Let's go. 47 minutes for the rest of the tier list. Whoa, Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, I guess that's probably based off of this list down here. That's probably how it goes. Okay, that makes sense. My favorite game of his, maybe in the postseason, of course, recency bias. Let's get to his stats here. Man, too many windows. Karl Anthony Towns. Actually, what I could do really quick is 7 quarters at 7 points after 1, and 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers in the first quarter for Ant. Second quarter, he got a foul, and so he didn't play. He played only 4 minutes in the second quarter. Yeah, you guys are right. Okay, moving on. Karl Anthony Towns in 26 minutes. Hmm. Yeah, there was a point where I was like, "Oh, McCann hasn't played in a long time here." Potentially, like, yet I barely think he played the fourth, if at all. I'll double check the stats there, but 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, low turnovers. I'm not going to say no turnovers, low turnovers, steal even. Just awesome defense. By the way, 8 for 8 from the free throw line is not to be like unappreciated. Um, we got to the line, we matched them at the line, 20 free throws each, right? It's incredible. And he out rebounded everyone on Phoenix by himself. You know, like 7 rebounds matches is Kevin Durant, who led their team in rebounds. Like, it's important to know that he can still play his big role, his big man role. And there were some really fun lineups where he was the 5, right? Nas was the 4, like Jaden, Ant. That's incredibly like impactful offensively, and that also allows like the spread 5 allows Cat to pop off in whatever fashion he wants to because they can't really double team him. They can't double team him. It's incredible, and they're gonna try. And then we got Nah popping off, right? So result of that and incredible passing big. And I think he was patient in a couple attempts where he could have driven, and he chose not to. There was a thing when he was at the top of the key, passed to a cutting player. It was incredible to watch. Only took 9 shots. I would want to see a more aggressive Karl Anthony Towns in the future, especially only 2 3-point attempts. I think this is a A. This is an A. I'm not going to question too much of any sort of negative commentary or critical commentary of his, because I think he persevered through so much. And I think there was points where he could have been like the recipient of a bad whistle, and I think he played tough, and I think he played with his tendencies where his hands go on the player, where he like flops, where he like does a lot of like top of body movement, recoils, and like things that just don't make sense. He only had that happen a couple times, and he can control that. What? That's a skill. That's a thing that he can undo. Hell yeah. I'm so like proud of him because this is his series to make a name, to reestablish himself in the NBA, because he's almost a borderline laughing stock now. Like, he not like to the point where he's underappreciated, but he's just like the NBA, like as a whole, doesn't really see him in the same vantage point that we do. But even we see him in a point of view where he needs to fucking toughen up. He needs to mature the crap out. He needs to be more than the sum of what he thinks his parts are. And anyways, tonight was incredible. Hey, um, Rudy Gobert. 42 of you guys. That's amazing. Hope you guys have enjoyed doing this. I'm going to kind of rush through some of these 40 minutes left or so. Rudy Gobert, 14 points, 16 rebounds. He has 2 assists, my friends. And 6 for 7 from the free throw line. A, if not A1. But I thought there was a point of emphasis early to get KD going, and Rudy Gobert handled that matchup the best, best way, like the best way he can, and he never really like hurt him. We weren't really hurt by him out on the perimeter at all tonight. Actually, that might even boost his grade up a bit. And I think to the point where like Katie was making his shots, but that was the only thing that was happening. Nurkic, non-factor. Anything that was coming down low, non-factor. They couldn't get anything going. And man, it was so fun. Rudy was an A. Rue. And I also thought his screens were on point. That's one thing that I always say is like a overrated quality for some bigs, where they're doing a little too much like, ooh, Draymond Green, such a screen setter, but he like fucking holds people, fucking tackles and headlocks people, right? As screens. And like we have a bunch of screeners that like fucking push their butt out and like do some weird thing like Kevon Looney, and I'm talking too much about the Warriors that are not even existing in the NBA right now. Rudy Gobert sets fucking solid ass screens. And what he does, he allows the game to open up for Edwards. And the lane was completely free for Cat on that drive. And I think he also like effectively shouts out orders on defensive assignments. There was points where he was like, like cycling his hand to like tell to run the play again or run the same defensive assignment. He was telling Rudy or like Nas, like at one of those few offensive rebounds that Phoenix had. Hey, no, you take this guy. I'm going to take this guy. Um, underappreciated kind of like thing effects and skills that he possesses and he deploys in a game like this where we could scramble and in a moment where maybe they got a couple threes here or there, they got a 7-0 run or something like that could really like spoil our momentum. No, says Gobert, it does not happen. And I think in a moment where we were lacking in offense or we were kind of struggling to find a play, kind of Gobert was there and in so many ways like he took over uh uh in the ways that he can, got to the line, got us in the bonus, and the solid screens were allowing the open shots. The Conley Gobert dynamic was there in the perimeter. Maybe not so much like we didn't get a whole lot of lobs tonight, but he was dunking. He wasn't like doing a whole lot of layups, and I love that from him because it means that like those are energy like kind of plays and they can build positive like momentum. For Rudy Gobert. Failed to fetch. What does that mean? Okay, Jaden. Cash. Disco. Everyone locked up. Everyone A1. Oh my god. Maybe I'm wrong. Disco. Facts. Disco. 60 boards about to. Oh my god. Maybe. Oh, that was another thing. Oh no, Charlie. The tip outs. He did some really cool things where he was doing some like tip downs or like underhand tips where he was like soft tipping it and to generally the area that we were in. And I don't think I've seen many successful attempts at that. I thought he played that role really well, and I maybe should have thought about that while I graded. Oh, too late. Um, too late. Um, Loved hearing the MVP chant for Ant. I love that. He made his free throws. Yeah, maybe I should have chosen a different grade for him. Sorry, guys. Noah, you just got back from the game. Whoa, what a dub. All the fans that hated my take of Wolves should put Cat on KD, Jaden Booker, and Ant on deal. Suck it. I was on I was with you on that. That was my commentary. I wanted that to happen. So hell yeah, Noah. I hope that was an amazing game. Uh, Sweet. You decided to do cash. Cool. Such an electric atmosphere. Oh, Solidus. Welcome, my friend. Only Gunners who don't really play defense average over 30 a game. Do you notice that? Okay, cool. Nice. We're moving on. Wolves in 4, baby. I'm gonna leave that up for a minute. Jaden, incredible. Defensively, I think that he got a pretty bad whistle tonight. And I think despite it all, I didn't see any reaction, any emotion. I think the game could have gotten really ugly, and he didn't let it phase him. Um, I also strongly like feel that he was one of the keys to the series. Where if he's confident, because he was kind of in a funk towards the end of the season, we didn't really know he was kind of a wild card. We graded him poorly because we were kind of expecting him to rise to that potentially third option, maybe even second tier option on offense. Um, Based on what we saw in previous games, like in previous years, like his rise and the fact that we're paying him, he needs to show up offensively. Otherwise, like his competitors are gonna usurp him in terms of like where he belongs in the upper echelon of defensive like players. Two-way player for sure though. Jaden McDaniels clamped the Bookers, the Beals, the KDs. He had such an incredible like outing overall. And one thing that I thought was really great is that he actually impacted the paint, where sometimes he's asked to guard the best player nightly basis, but he's also asked to rebound, also asked to be a 3 point threat, and like asked to do a lot, and he doesn't do all of it tonight. 9 points, not much to rag home about. 6 rebounds, no threes, but 2 block shots. Didn't get into foul trouble. No voltage on his end, and it could have gotten ugly, and it didn't. And I love this game. I think it could have been more. There could have been more moments where where Jaden was included or involved in the offense. But I think like Ant had a hot hand, and he was not looking to pass in the third quarter, for example. And like maybe Cat is on the opposite end of where Jaden's at, in terms of like on offense. So maybe he's going to be, you know, uninvolved for like large periods of time on offense, but his defensive assignments, like he never wavered. And In a league where shooting like over prevails against defense, you got to get longer, more not slender, but more length of the perimeter. And Jaden gives us that X factor of like you can't put everyone out on the perimeter because Jaden and Nah, like right, even Gobert at times, even Cat can kind of compete defensively on the perimeter. You actually can't do what you're expecting to do. Your second option, your third option are taken away by Jaden. Incredible. I'm giving him an A. Conley. I don't know how to grade him, but I'll probably look at chat a little bit to ultimately define what I think his grade is going to be. Um, 27 minutes, which probably was a little high. 2 of 12 from the floor. Pretty bad. Didn't make a three. That's pretty bad. That means something where like Phoenix is basically saying, "Hey, we want Conley to shoot." Conley was aggressively shooting. That's awesome, but he wasn't making it. So, like in a weird way, that's a positive takeaway for Phoenix. Like, hey, we can keep this potentially going. However, on the flip side, this is not a Conley performance like that we have grown to understand and know and expect. This is a complete albatross. This is a complete anomaly. 4 points, 5 fouls. You never see that from Mike Conley. There was actually moments where he was like borderline going to get a tech, and I was like, I'm kind of here for it honestly because he was getting a bad whistle, really suspect fouls, but also fuck it, I don't care. It didn't really super impact the game. 7 assists can't be remiss by ignoring that. 7 assists leads our team, leads the game in assists, and I thought he played well despite all the obstacles that he's had to overcome. He's the older player. He's maybe the player that they're going to look at exploiting on the other end. And even moments where he's mismatched on like KD or Booker or like not Booker, but like you know what I mean. He plays strong in the post enough where he can get help and kind of do enough to get the time for that player to come recover, right? To come and help him. Um, but this was kind of a bad game. Not gonna lie, like stats aren't really lying to us right now, right? Like 2 for 12, we would never put a 2 for 12 of performance up there. I think if I'm wrong, I'm looking at D'Lo for him, and let's see. Let's go to the commentary here. Um, Incredible Suns fans saying KD's coming to Minnesota. Um, I don't know what that says, but F them probably. Um, And normally I'd be more actively reading chat. I'm sorry, guys. Conley is a B? No. Gordon is so washed. Oh man, that like shove from Gordon on Conley was so uncalled for, and they called it a foul on Conley. That was just he just got a bad whistle for no reason. Um, oh, Eric Heller. Conley is a D-Lo, maybe even Wancho for this one game. Okay. All right, I'm reading chat. I don't understand what's going on. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm gonna give him a D low. This is D-Lo, I hope. Okay, cool. Try it again. Try it again. Slow mo. Ooh, tough news from Slow mo. He unable to play the rest of the game after some sort of back spasm or something happened where he collided with a player, and I think he was either called for a foul or something happened with him and Grayson Allen. Maybe the same play. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking a different play. But like when Slow mo, they were calling a timeout. Slow mo raced to the bench, and I think he was just like ruled out right then and there. Slow mo is someone who I don't know how to evaluate in the series. I'm just hoping that he just exceeds my expectations for him because what I need him to play as confident as possible. But in 5 minutes, 2 points, 2 fouls. Both shots that he took were in the post or in the paint, and I'm not really like faulting him for that. But I don't know. I think we won. Um, and we didn't need him. I don't think we needed him tonight, and it might be a thing where any minute he would have, I would rather be Nas. I'd rather be more minutes for Jaden or Nah. Any amount of time that he might be there, I might actually rather have Cat out there. I might, seeing how Gobert is playing defensively on the perimeter, like would rather have that than any like potential like what happens is what sometimes when they say the ball gets sticky, it's typically about Ant and Cat. It's actually also about slow mo. There was a point in this game where I saw him like the ball was swinging and it was going in his direction, and he was already driving to the rim before the ball was even coming to him. Ooh, I love that because that means he's already decided what he wants to do. It's also like putting pressure immediately on the defense because they're sagging off of him when he's on the perimeter. So he already knows what's coming. But the problem with him with the ball in his hand sometimes is that it's like eats up clock. Like 6-7 seconds go off before he makes a decision sometimes. And I'm worried about him long term in the series. But at least for right now, we didn't have to really care about him. I'm giving him a meh. But I was kind of worried about like when we saw him and we had a weird lineup with him out there. I was concerned is all. Nas Reid. Dude, the fans went nuts for Nas Reid. I loved hearing that. Multiple Nas Reid chants. 12 points, 2 of 6 from 3. Got to the free throw line enough. He had a killer steal, and that drive for that reverse layup was so incredible. What are we expecting from him? More shooting, more energy, more hustle. We got all of it. We got all of it. We didn't get a whole lot of rebounding from him, but I mean, probably in his 20 minutes that he played, we were just making everything. I don't know. I'm giving him an A. Moving on. Whoa, what's happening? Keel Alexander Walker, in 28 minutes, 18 points, a team high, plus 28 on the court, on the plus or minus. Wow. Want to read the stat line? 7 for 12 from the floor. By the way, probably the MVP of the first half, by the way, in a lot of ways, because he was a gunner. 4 for 9 from 3, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. Motherfucking 4 steals. If you're gonna leave him open, Phoenix, this is what's gonna happen. This is the result. The box score is very telling sometimes. It does not lie with Nickeil Alexander Walker. His impact is actually even more so than what his numbers show. If you game plan him for him, you're not wasting time, but like you're not. Then you have to react to Nickeil Alexander Walker. We have so many threats on the perimeter at times that like the NAW defensive assignment kind of gets like relapsed or like you lose sight of him. Boom, he punishes you every time. 4 for 9 from 3. He knew the assignment, dude. 9 threes. Nickeil Alexander Walker, I love you so much. Guys, A1, Nickeil Alexander Walker. I am not questioning that vote. I'm going to look at chat really quick while I catch up. Cool. Wow, that was another funny thing. Nas, this is his first playoff game. He's been in the playoffs a couple times, but he wasn't playing in that Memphis series, and then he was injured last year. So Nas actually, this is his first taste. He wants to be like, he wants to on the come up. He's on the come up. He's on the 6-man finalist. Like incredible. Nah, I mean, like he could be starting on any other team in the NBA. Wow, would anyone be so lucky to have him? We are, and we got him for fucking nothing. I can't believe it. I hope he gets what he's owed in years to come with us, because I think it can only extend our chances and our window with him out there. Okay. One thing that I want to say is that we got way too much Conley and not enough Nah. I think Nah needed to be out there for the bulk of this game because we are perimeter gods out there with Nah, Jaden, Ant, on D. Gods. Wouldn't say both sides of the ball, but defensively, we just don't relax. That's their bread and butter is as defense. Ant can potentially play the Grayson Allens at a time, or the Bradley Beal when he's not even an option or even looked at on defense. But did you see that? Like every single player had a chance at KD. Every single player had a chance at Booker. and they don't have a they can't find the mismatch without going to Conley, right? Or going to the big with Gobert. And Gobert's no like slouch. Nah gives us that option. And I feel like we're not 6 or 7 deep like Phoenix. We're 8 or 9 deep, and we could play our bench more than our starters. And I kind of feel like in this series, depending on any series, like Conley's gonna look so good, in like a Lakers series, for example. But like or like the OKC or not OKC, but like Dallas matchup, for example. But like Nas gonna be universally amazing in any given moment, right? So I just want him out there. I feel so much more comfortable. And then there was like some fucking god tier lineup switches and lineup changes from Finch tonight that included Non every step of the way. Team high plus 28 is not like a stat that should go unnoticed. Um, now will be more impactful than Cat this series. I don't think you're wrong, Zach. I don't think you're wrong. Nah, A1. Nah has that exact same big game trait Ant has. God, I love that comment. Yes. You know what's really also really cool about Nah? I think we said this in the series preview. Like I'm kind of now expecting. We should be expecting this from him. I feel like he doesn't do anything outrageous. He doesn't do anything extreme. He doesn't really like worry you on offense. He gets to his spots. He shoots where he's open. He shoots that three the same way every time. It's just like a guaranteed bucket. Incredible to see. Play the soundbite. Hmm. Oh yes. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Here it is. Okay, there it is. We're gonna improve those sound bites for next season, I think, because we're not lazy, but there's so much going on right now. Guys, 150 of you guys, 46 of you guys have voted. Incredible. I'm gonna run through the rest of this soon. Oof, Embiid. Oh, Embiid got knocked down. Damn. All right, cool. Moving on. Oh, we already voted for him. Jeremy McLaughlin, skip. Leonard Miller, skip. Give him a cash. I didn't see enough of him to matter, but it was interesting to actually see him out there. I didn't think we were going to see him in this game, right? This game feels like there's so much weight on this game. So like ride the hot hand, ride the players that are getting you and building you this lead. Nas not in foul trouble. Jaden's not in foul trouble. Why aren't they out there more? It was impressive to see him out there. I don't think he really hurt us, and I think he could potentially be very, very important in this series. We saw what Conley can be. He is kind of not a antithesis. He is more of the same. He duplicates what Conley does, and to a T. I think he's also playoff ready. He's playoff tested. He's weathered as a player. He knows what it takes, and I think he's also like feisty. He wants the opportunity, and I think sometimes when you have competition for a spot or for like the point guard spot or like some spot minutes here and there, like you play your best because you want that opportunity again to show out again, right? Because this could make or break his next opportunity. I kind of hope it's with us because he's not hurting us. He's not a Shake Milton out there, right? He's not hurting us. I wouldn't mind him continuing to be on the squad, but it's just he didn't really show us tonight much of anything. So I'm going to give him a meh, and I feel a little bad about that, but whatever. I'm moving on. Finch, A1. I thought there were like in the regular season. How many times were you just screaming, ripping hairs out of your body? I do that. I'm sorry. I stress pull. Like Finch's reluctance to call a timeout or to challenge a call or to be bigger for the team. Be quick with substitutions, be quick with timeouts, try something. If it doesn't work, get rid of it. There were so many times where we were just like, Conley doesn't deserve to be out there. Conley is doing something weird. He gave Nurkic that and one or dumbass fucking foul that is not like emphatic enough or not strong enough that he still gets a shot up. Cameron, shout out Cameron. He's joining us with some popcorn as we close out the tier list. Oh my god, I can't wait for thoughts. This was an A1 performance from Finch because I thought the quick whistle, the quick, not whistle, but the quick timeouts when any run was started by Phoenix killed momentum. And that's just enough. I don't know who that guy is. And we're skipping. What happened? The live results. Almost 300 votes from all of you guys. Incredible. Let's just do Mez for these guys. Let's go to the total results. Let's do this. Ant for A1. Ooh. Sniff, Cameron. Welcome. What's up? Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to put my headphones on.
You should be. Well, I don't know. Maybe because for me, I'm on a different computer, so maybe it works better this way. But anyways,
I just don't want to hear echoes, so I'm gonna mute myself in a second, and you take over. But you talk about the tier list while I mute myself.
Yeah, well, I generally agree with this. This looks like it's everybody's together, I think. So obviously A1 from Ant. I mean, there's no question there. I would argue A1 for it's kind of a weird game because NAW and his presence out there, like, of course, it's not necessarily like these crazy threes, talking to KD, all this stuff, but like it's such a huge game. I know this is crazy, but Cat, I mean, I feel like he had such a phenomenal game. Phenomenal. I don't know what you've just said previous, so maybe I'm completely contradicting whatever you've just said. But I just feel like the things that Cat did early, we were watching a different Karl Anthony Towns. He was doing some behind the back passes or whatever, but I just thought that his shot making, his decision making, and his just calmness playing basketball was like very reminiscent of the early years of Karl Anthony Towns when he was our guy. I don't know. I loved how Karl played early. I really, really liked it. So,
Cameron, how do you have a voice right now? You barely do, I think.
Yeah, my voice is not fantastic right now. The third quarter ruined my voice. The third quarter, I mean, how many times can you scream back to back to back to back? I mean, that was incredible. Yeah, man.
Love it.
But
all right, so and then also Solidity, I guess this might be, maybe I shouldn't have posed this question to you, but hey, Cameron, please answer this question. You think a player who can play defense at a high level to help your team win can be considered inconsistent if his shot is not falling?
I already know what you're referring. I assume I know what you're referring to, Solidus. So basically, you're saying, like, if you have a defensive player that plays at a high level, is it acceptable for them to not be the best shot maker, basically, or not be as consistent on offense? I mean, yes, I think that's fair. So if we're talking about Jaden, yeah, like we understand that we're not going to get offensive production from Jaden because his defense is phenomenal, especially like tonight. Same with like even Ant at sometimes, Ant has that ability to play lockdown defense. Of course, it's a little bit less of how Jaden is kind of like all on all the time. It's like Ant kind of engages it at moments that he deems necessary. But yes, I mean, I think if you're a two-way guard, being a two-way guard means that you can do both. But if you're able to play defense and you're not having the best offensive game, like, yeah, I think that's fine. So
I love this comment by Mason. He looked like a vet out there. He looked like he knew what he was doing. And I think to one of his strongest traits tonight, he didn't look like he didn't belong. He looked like he fit in, and in every assignment that was asked of him, he like thrived. I don't think he did anything astray from what was asked of him, and to the point where he allowed Ant to cook. He allowed the offense to work around him and not despite him, like not in spite of him. Like, it was an incredible outing from Cat. My favorite, as I said in the show, my favorite postseason game from him.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
His best playoff performance.
I mean, he had some like okay
9 shots, Cat. 9 shots, Cameron, by the way.
Yeah.
He only took 9 shots.
And he was just effective. What did he shoot? 6 of 9 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
It was, I mean, just like, seriously, I was in shock in my seat watching Cat play. Yeah. He was even doing post-ups. And I'm like, this is like,
I wanted that.
How is this? How Where has this been forever? We clearly didn't need it during the regular season, but I mean, he wasn't that bad this season. But like, this was, it just unlocks my brain in a different way, which is why, like, when I was at the stadium talking to you guys, it's like I, I've gone from thinking that the Suns are going to win 4-1 in the series to, if Towns is going to play like this, then how can you not say that this team has the potential to go to the finals? Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's incredible. I couldn't believe it. And he, to me, I mean, obviously Ant is like the player of the game because of the shots and stuff, but Nikhil was great. Cat was great. If Cat doesn't play like this, maybe Ant can't have that third quarter. If NAW doesn't play like he does, maybe he can't have that. Ant can't have the third quarter that he did. But man, I mean, just buy. It's too late to buy Timberwolves stock now. Like, the national media has seen it. Cat or Ant is talking to Durant down the court. It's everywhere.
Oh my god, that was so good. I haven't seen any of it, but I love it.
Oh my gosh, we should oh well, I don't want to get banned tonight. I was gonna say we should put it up, but I don't want to get banned.
Yeah, dude. We almost had 300 votes in the tier list. It's incredible. You guys are remarkable. Salute to all of you. Hands down, the best community we could ever ask for, because you're the only community we have. But the Discord's been so much fun. Shout out Discord. And Cameron, I'm just so thrilled, elated, and just so happy for you. It warms my heart that you were there. And like just fucking screaming your ass off. And even like the FJDs and a couple other people that were out there. Incredible. I hope you guys had a great time watching this game as much as I did from my little fucking ass throne here in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game.
JJ asked, do you have your white shirt?
I do. I don't have it right on me, but I do have the shirt. I just changed out of it into my plug, Wolves After Dark. And you got the cash shirt. See, I was kind of bummed it was a whiteout, because like one person saw my cash shirt and was like, what the heck is that? But I wanted like 1 million people to see my cash shirt. I wanted to be on the big screen.
What if we have like a Grady night where everyone's just wearing cash shirts, man?
I know, that would be so cool.
Dude, you missed like a Wancho like performance, if not Bottom's performance from ESPN on the broadcast. It was so bad.
Really?
Oh my god, it was so bad. Anyways, guys, Cameron, I'm so happy that you're here right now. Keep talking. Honestly, I've been talking my ass off already.
Yeah, no, you take a break. This is your. We're tagging in, tag team.
No.
Hall is correct again. Oh, Ash and Cam A1. There we go. Love it.
Yeah.
Small ball is cooked. Yes.
Yeah.
Get the Jake's Craft merch. Small ball is dead. No, this, I mean, just to recap, I mean, I got to the game. Also, there's a Twins game downtown at the same time today, and the Lion King is happening, like a matinee in the afternoon, like some play. And it's like madness downtown. People got to Target Center so early. All the bars around Target Center insanely packed. And it was not Twins people at these places. This was 100% Wolves people.
Nice.
I guess maybe some Lion King people, but probably all Wolves people. And they didn't have much merch at the store, I will say. Like, they were kind of hyping up merch and stuff like that, but they just had like a couple extra t-shirts or something like that. Yeah, Tycoon downtown is crazy right now. It's insane. Did you guys see the Heat crowd? No, I did not see the Heat crowd.
It was empty for that play-in game. And like, I think ESPN, like Mike Wilburn or something, was like clowning the Heat crowd.
Yeah.
Eric Perkins and like anyways, not Eric Perkins.
I don't know why this made me think of this, but the Nuggets, obviously, I still think that the Nuggets are like finals contenders right now. Obviously, I mean, they won last year.
They have to be.
I think that they're a fantastic team, but not too much of the NBA world has like fallen in love with the Nuggets. Like they fell in love with, like, not that I want bandwagon fans, but when you're thinking about like the business, you're thinking about your team and like success, you want to have people supporting your team. And it's important for, we know from a small market, when people like look at the second half of the season jersey sales, Ant isn't in the top 15. Obviously, Cat's not in the top 15. Rudy's not in the 15. And nobody's on the top 15. And Ja Morant, who's been suspended for half the season and then injured for the rest, is in the top 15.
Still, yeah.
Like, that's just a gun fanatic buying their clothes for the day, I guess. But No, like that's sad and that's like disappointing. That should not be happening. We're an elite team this year. And games like this are games that can when you have Ant talking to KD and not just talking, but backing it up on the court, offensively, defensively, we have the quote out there, they got KD, but we got Jaden McDaniels. And then tonight, I mean, KD went off, but Jaden was out there being a monster on defense. And then, we have the crowd stupidly chanting overrated to KD for no apparent reason. He's done nothing other than make a million buckets, and we're chanting overrated. But we don't even crumble from that. I was like, okay, the minute the second half began, I was like, this is where KD's like, okay, yeah, you're calling me overrated. I'm going to go and drop 40 on you or something. And we respond with defense and then our own offense. We out-rebounded them at a time like 40-20.
Yeah.
This is a game where the national media and national fans are going to look at this and be like, that looks like a fun team. I'm going to watch the Timberwolves. And then the Timberwolves get on more national TV games, which is better for the business. I know I want Grady. I want Jim Pete, and I'm still going to only watch them. But this is important because it puts pressure on the team to be better and better and better. And it was just, I couldn't stop thinking about that during that. We don't need a beam. Yeah, we're not getting any beams. We're getting bricking for chicken.
JJ, actually part of me was worried that he was just on. But I don't think that's sustainable, man. And actually, you saw after that first quarter, it wasn't the same. And actually, he wasn't wanting to get going as much. Did you see how much they were trying to get Booker going? Did you see how much they were trying to force it in Beal's hands? And it just wasn't happening. So they had to go back to KD. KD got his, but that was it. And I'm okay with that because guess what? It's like not the worst thing to have Gobert on him. It's not the worst thing to have Cat on him. It might work in our favor at every given point to have KD being the only like focus on their offensive side because like the others don't get moments to pop off and get their rhythm going and then they're hot and then we have to worry about other players too. Like if we keep it in that like one or two players, like it looks good. It looks good for us because like we still have capable defenders. We don't have any sort of like outs for them. Like they were trying to switch Conley on good KD and that was just not happening. We were able to get that we were getting able to nip that right away, I don't know.
Yeah. Man. Well, how did the crowd sound from home?
ESPN's audio is weird. There was a point in the third quarter when it was maybe the loudest where we couldn't hear it because they were muting it because Hubie Brown is lecturing us at the entire play, entire quarter. Like the fourth quarter, it looked like I didn't hear anything. So it was just like Hubie Brown and fucking Mark Assis Davis in their commentary. I'm sorry. But like in that first quarter, there was so much energy. The second quarter, when we built that lead, dude, a 3-point shooting team, a mid-range shooting team scores under 100 points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All those fucking, pundits that say, hey, look at Ant's averages against Phoenix and like, oh, look at them. They were just getting anything they wanted from the mid-range because our defensive identity has been about stopping the three and stopping the paint. Like, they're going to excel in the mid-range. That did not happen because we can adjust and have flexibility in how our coverages are.
Yeah, our defense was incredible tonight. I mean, this game reminded me of early season Timberwolves. Like this was when in the beginning when we were 15-4 on the year, we were like, wow, we've got a legit team. Bally was loud manimal. I cannot.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Rewatching this game is gonna hit like, I mean,
you want to do that together, man?
Dude, I am like, let's start it right now.
I would love.
I cannot wait to rewatch this game. I'm gonna shed real tears.
Dude, I'm loving it because it's like it shed real tears. I was getting hyped, not emotional, but like I could not believe what I was seeing from Cat. I could not believe what the potency on defense from Gobert on the perimeter that I could trust, but I didn't see it at a playoff game one that was super. We were so desperate to win this game. Both teams were, in a weird way. But like, okay, it's just game one. We took care of home. Game two. What's the plan? What's Phoenix gonna do to adjust to us?
Yeah. That's an interesting question. I mean, I think
shout out Coop.
Shout out Coop. Yeah, I know. I was talking to Coop during the game, actually. He messaged me at halftime and was like, basically like, yeah, who said that we didn't want to play the Suns or whatever? And I was like, or he's like, always remember who said they wanted to face the Suns in the playoffs. And I was like, did I say that? I was like, I'm certain I did not say that. And he's like, I did. And then I was like, oh, I'm blaming you if we lose now. But no, we won. So anyway, shout out Coop. But yeah, what are the Suns going to do differently now? How are they going to respond? I don't feel like I'm going to have a good answer for anybody right now because I need to rewatch the game since I was at the game. But I mean, they clearly were going very KD heavy in their offense early. Like it was just like, let KD cook. And he was. The other thing is defensively, they were very much not allowing Rudy Gobert to get any touches, which is hilarious, but not letting him get any touches in the paint. They were like, the way they were guarding pick and rolls is they were stopping any possibility of passes going into the paint to him. And there are many times where he's standing alone in the middle of the paint, hands up, like pass it to me. And I'm like, please don't. But the Suns were also like, yeah, no, don't let it go to him. And I'm like, I mean, the thing that they worry about so much is having Nurkic get fouled out or not have to play, because once Eubanks comes in, it's so strange to me because Eubanks has kind of been the Timberwolves killer when he wasn't on the Suns. And now it's like, well, killer is like, I mean, he scored like 4 points against us or something. But but like it felt like he was not like bad against us. So it seems like he could maybe play well. Like when he was on Portland, I remember good games from him. But it seems like that's their main goal is like, do not allow Nurkic to get fouled out. So we're going to make it so that they can't get the ball in the paint. And then we do have capable shooters from three. They're just going to, I don't know, when Ant was getting his third quarter run going, like they were doubling him, but Ant was still finding ways. So they're just going to have to be even more aggressive on Ant. But that's the thing. I don't know how much they can adjust, because even at times during that run, Ant was passing and finding the open teammate and they were splashing threes. So it's like, there's not a lot you can do to just react to that unless you're going to go. There's nothing. I mean, what are they going to do? Because it doesn't matter whether they play zone or man. I mean, if they play man, then Ant can beat them. So, or he's going to find somebody that's wide open and not covered by the zone, and it's going to be a wide open 3-point attempt for somebody like NAW or Nas, and then it's game over again.
JJ, I got you. Oh, what? Share screen,
dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go. I hope this is it. I
hope we don't get banned.
They rotated to Alexander Walker. Now it's Gobert going at Nurkic. Turn around, off window, count it, and put him on the line.
That's inspirational right there. I mean, in an ISO post-up, turning right shoulder on Yusuf Nurkic. I mean, that's prayer answered right there. It's
don't ban us, YouTube.
Pretty good.
This is streamable.
Doesn't matter. They can detect the content.
Oh no, remove content. Can't trace it. It was under 30 seconds.
It was, and usually when you're shorter, it's okay. It's when you do what I did that one day and watch like 10 minutes.
If you're 7'1" like Rudy Gobert.
But you couldn't hear it very much in that. But the crowd, when he did that, went nuts. I mean, it was like seeing that go in, and then just seeing the players all laughing. Like they were showing like the bench laughing. Ant's like walking back to the bench laughing. It's incredible. Oh man. Well, since we're pulling up some clips, the next one that we absolutely have to pull up is Ant.
Sure.
I don't have it up though. Let me see.
Okay. How about I do?
I'm not logged into Twitter on this computer.
Dude, how about this guy?
Beal lost the handle. Nas Reid in the open floor. Going to Aaron Gordon. Oh, big Jelly! Don't do him like that!
I wish I had Grady, man. God.
Grady. Oh my
in the
gosh.
20s.
I can't wait till we watch this game, man.
Bradley Beal when pressed.
Dude.
about your 6'10" center / power forward being able to take it down? Put a little spin on it, baby.
Unreal.
Done, authored by Nas Reid.
See Na in the background. Everyone's jumping. All right, cool. Sorry. All right.
I'm trying to find this.
Remove. Oh, don't ban us, YouTube.
Did we get banned?
No. Grady is A1. Dude, hands down.
Grady is 100%. Okay, here, I found it. One sec.
Big jelly.
Let me. Oh gosh, YouTube's playing an ad.
Okay, all right, I can find it.
I got it. I can. It's just playing an ad. So let me do this because I'm not like logged in or something. Yeah.
How far away is home for you from Target Center?
Well, it's kind of an odd situation right now.
Okay, well, it's not gonna do it. Sorry.
There. Let's see. Actually, what are they saying?
On the glass for the Wolves. Edwards. Yes!
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, baby. KD loves it.
Oh yeah. They showed Adrian Peterson. Did you see Adrian Peterson was in the
Yeah,
crowd?
they went crazy for him. Okay, cool. Get it away.
Katie just hit some incredible shots tonight. I was like just smiling at what Katie was able to do.
Oh, he was incredible, yeah.
So like, shout out to him, honestly. And
not overrated, by the way. This is not a Katie overrated podcast. This is
properly
a
rated,
underrated, maybe
properly
closer to underrated than overrated.
My cousin texted me an hour ago saying he was watching the game while listening to our series preview.
Well, I mean, our series preview did take like 24 hours. So, if you started it today, you were not going to, you're still watching it actually.
And I used to do a podcast with a friend and he hasn't texted, we haven't talked in like years. And he messaged me and he was like, man, what a performance from Ant. And he was like a Westbrook fan and OKC fan and Katie fan. So it was fun to see that. Yeah, man, Wolves are such a part of my identity. I am never more bitter or never more jubilant and like full of vibes when the team performs like this or performs like they do sometimes.
They 100% dictate like how I feel in a day.
And no one will understand except for us.
Yep, us Wolves fans. We're not the people now that are in the Bay Area that suddenly are like, what team do I go to? We are Timberwolves through and through. We've been Timberwolves for decades. And we've watched decades of very, very bad basketball. So to have like a game like even just a game like tonight happen in Minneapolis is like incredible. Just incredible.
Yeah. I also think that Score North is live or might be going live or will be going live. So once we're done, if they're not live and they're going live, we should definitely show out for them.
Wad gang.
But it's been so funny to hear even the Minnesota content be like, yeah, Phoenix has got us.
Mm-hmm.
We might get a game, but no, Phoenix has got us.
Even me.
I mean, that's okay. Right? It's okay. Like, it's okay not to be wrong, but it's like okay to be like saying these things and like just completely get humbled, right? Like all the national media just saw them get completely butt whooped. And yeah, the regular season is 3-0 completely in favor of Phoenix in every statistical way. I wasn't convinced. And I feel like what I'm learning from Finch is that there's so much more at play than just like prepping for a game. It's all this other stuff that we just don't have time for in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
When do you have time to practice? Like when do you get to instill shifts in philosophy or changes in lineups? You have to kind of do it. You have to wing it. You have to on the fly in the moment in the game, and because other points are like you have less than 48 hours before your next game. So there's no coaching. There's no practice. There's only like a couple of video sessions and then like therapy, get your body right for the next game. And so it's like, honestly, whoa, offense looked unreal without slow-mo. Yes. Oh my God.
I kind of hate that. But
there are points where it looks great to have him out there. Like he busts zones. Like that's why slow mo was so good. Is when there's a zone out there, he just says, "Nah, that ain't happening, my friend." And also when they are so much bigger than their opposition, slow mo kind of comes in and it's like, "No, we can peel through this." But I agree with you, man. It's yeah. Go ahead.
Isn't horrible. Yeah. Drew. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Brewers. By the way, I was like half an hour behind on commentary, so I skipped like everyone's comments. I feel bad doing this by yourself. I feel so bad for you you've had to do this for a month by yourself. My gosh, I'm just like envy. I'm so this is so hard. I'll say that much. Anyways, not that hard. I'm sorry, but like once me. All right, K-Brewers, everyone talked about us and how playoff Rudy would be exposed, but not enough people talked about our playoff game planning each and every game. Agreed.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad during the game and before the game about this because we were kind of talking about Finch and about how we've not been like super happy. He was like hearing something on the radio before he came to the game, and it's like the thing is, let's see. Yes, Eric. Seriously, it's deserved for the fans. But like think of Finch in the playoffs so far. First season, he goes up against Memphis. Pretty close series, and adjustments were made in that series to be better. And it went to 6 games. That's a pretty good series for your first playoff series, especially against a Memphis team like that, where emotions were really high in that series. And then last season, you think, okay, the Nuggets. I mean, he didn't make like a ton of adjustments, but there were some different like lineups thrown in there at times. Like there were things that changed from game to game, but it's kind of hard to analyze that #analysis because I mean that was the champs. So they steamrolled through basically everyone, and we were, as they've said, the best like that they had to play during the playoffs. Now we go to this year where we're going up against a team where we're 0-3 and weren't within 20 points at almost any point during any game this season. And we win by 25 points or whatever. So it's just gonna be very interesting to see what happens game 2. That's Phoenix's time to counterpunch. And then, going into Memphis in game 3, or Memphis, my goodness, Phoenix going into Phoenix, game 3, we'll get to see some adjustments there probably too. So this is truly where we're going to see if Finch is the guy that really does have good ability to game plan and change the game plan and adjust, or if he just kind of just throws out flow. By the way, join the Discord. Progressive Flow sticker is available.
Shout out JJ.
Shout out JJ. Insane.
I know JJ just always though.
True. Very true.
Not the best playoff game, but maybe most dominant win in a playoff game. I feel like I remember Game 7 in Sacramento so clearly, but that's because there's a lot of like old vintage footage of this. This is in the past 20 years. I don't think I've seen a better like showing from a team top to bottom, man. Like even like Conley, it was hard to grade him D-Lo because like I did, but like he still did well in his role, and he was asked to shoot a lot, and he did, and he didn't like shy away from it, even though that's his nature, that's his DNA, is to like find the opening man, and he was the open man, so
yeah. Wow. Well,
yes, Blake.
Wolves in 5.
Are you shifting your tone that as far as Blake has, or maybe Blake didn't waver?
No, I'm not shifting it that far. I still do think that Phoenix is going to have a lot of fight in them. I mean, they're a good team with a ton of good shooters. However, I will say that when we did our preview, that was not like in the realm of possibility for me. I didn't think Wolves in 5 was like possible. And then I started seeing all these national people choose the Wolves to win the series. And I started seeing like people that I like kind of follow for their basketball opinions choosing the Wolves. And I'm like, what? Like, this is just breaking my brain. Like, did you guys see the regular season? I know it's just the regular season, but have you seen the regular season and the last 3 seasons against the Suns? Like, we have not played well against the Suns. But yeah, I mean, it worked out in the end. And if we win this series, then it's fun. I did say in our preview, I know it's a really long one, but I did say,
somewhere in there,
this, yes, probably the hour and 50-minute mark. But I said this you know, if the Wolves are to win, they have this kind of like storybook finish to the finals if they want to, because first you have to do the first hurdle of going over Phoenix, which has been your problem all season, and then you go up against Denver. It's going to be Denver, and they've also been a problem for you because they're champions, and that would be a great way to prove yourself. And then the Western Conference Finals is probably going to be OKC or the Mavs. And if it's OKC, like that's kind of been your rival all season. And then you go to the finals, you go against Boston, and Boston, I'm just assuming, obviously, but Boston has two of the best games of the season for the Wolves. One's a win, one's a loss, but those are two like fantastic games. So yeah, by the way, DeMarcus Cousins is like blocking Timberwolves fans now on Twitter. He's just like, he's crazy.
I mean, what a clown! What a clown!
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm moving around. Woo. Well, I think I'm gonna go now. Looks like it's been an hour and a half for you, so it's got to be a while. But Tuesday is the next game in Minnesota. Make sure you join the Discord. Might have some giveaways there. Sensational indeed. Well, by the way, we have a ton of new soundboard things that we need to add.
Yeah.
After today, I mean, incredible. But yes, well done, WAD Squad. WAD Squad.
I don't know. I don't know if I want that to be a thing, but I guess it is, and I think
WAD gang
for it to appear elsewhere, like the Score North live show.
Are they really going live? It looks like they already went live 30 minutes ago.
Damn it! All right, never mind.
Go to any NBA live stream that you see right now. WAD gang screenshot, send it in the Discord.
You'll get some digital points.
You'll get some Jake Layman coins. Shout out the OG Twitch people.
Yeah.
Layman dollars. That's what it was.
Layman dollars. Alrighty, guys. Yeah.
Cool. Well, it was
See you Tuesday.
Yes, great to see you.
Such a great time hanging out with all of you.
I can't believe it. We are lucky to have Anthony Edwards. We're lucky to have everybody on the team. And hopefully, I mean, if we win Tuesday, guys, just know this is going to be like an off the rails show where I am talking like deep playoffs.
Let's go deep
with a deep voice because I lost it today. Cool. Well, 16 wins is still possible.
Ooh, I like that shift.
One of 16 is complete. WAD gang in the chat. W. Crone. W. Eric. W. Cameron Thompson for 5 being a member for 5 months. Yes, it's great to see you all. Go watch highlights. That's what I'm about to do for the rest of the night. So intro as the outro. We will see you Tuesday.